Yeah. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Welcome, welcome. Yay. Goddess of Radical Self-Love for MECA. Make everyone count always. We are a support network for radical self-love and self-care with focused attention on our community's most vulnerable care receivers and those who care for them, caregivers. When our community's most vulnerable care receivers and those who care for them, caregivers, feel supported and valued by the rest of us, we all feel supported and valued as well. Yes. So our community here at Radical Self-Love does everything we can to make sure that happens. Yes. Cha-cha-cha. I'm a bit of a care receiver today since I just came back from the dentist. So don't make fun of the way I talk right now. You can on a normal day, just not right now. I'm doing this under, duress. Just kidding. I mean, not really. Don't make fun of me. It's never nice to make fun of people. Let me make fun of myself. It's more fun that way. Well, you guys know it is. So so much gratitude for all of our new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your comments, likes, and shares, and subscriptions. And of course, donations. Thank you for helping us build our network of master manifestors, of masters in radical self-love experts, right? Experts in self-care. Yes, I believe this is the greatest gift we can offer our caregivers and care receivers as well. To do everything in their power to become experts in self-care. So we can have genuine experiences in life, right? not codependent experiences. As you know, I have been a caregiver, well, all my life. And not all my experiences were out of the love for myself, right? So I became codependent and had attachment disorder and a lot of transference issues. So that's what we're trying to stop with radical self-love. We want our love for ourselves to flow out genuinely. I'm trying to talk. I can't help it. Genuinely to others, right? So our advice for today is walk and roll away Wednesday. Walk and roll away from that which no longer serves you or your highest interest, right? And we pulled from our New Orleans voodoo deck. It's all energy. It's all energy, people. No hateful comments or thoughts. So, we're metaphysicists. We work with energy all the time, every day. That's how we master manifest. And by giving ourselves self-care, we change the energy. Change the energy around us to be filled with joy and love. And prosperity and abundance. When we give to the self, we share that with the collective. So let me show you our Simbai Rada air. Here we go. What do you see in her? In Simbai. Clear your mind and let it wander and hear what she has to tell you. Reading the cards. You're a conduit. Come back here, Simbai. Simbai swims beneath the surface of the magic mirror, quick as the flash of light, still as the waves that constantly wash the surface of the mirror. A steady green water snake parts the surface of the mirror's mystery. Ears in the world of the invisibles are listening to beginnings as yet unborn and endings of things as yet undone, as yet incomplete. Quick, deadly, darting snake, sure traveler through light and dark, guide to souls as yet unborn. When you reach out from the depths of the mirror with quick head and quicker tongue, secrets that have been bound fast first become undone. In the Zambai, there are two snakes, both of which identified with Sambai. One binds the zombie's waist, while the other has taken on a thread-like form to sew the zombie's lips together. We just had this card last week, I believe. Or message, I shall say, is a better, right? The Sambai at the waist promises a possible release through magic. The Sambai that seals the lips shuts the zombie off from the healing power of naming. This illustrates that Sambai or magic works with both hands for good or ill, which we're going to talk about in a second. This card shows a spell worker surrounded by snakes. Bursts of light emanate from his hands to join with the air. He looks out at the questioner as from a mirror. Magic is the primary attribute of Sambai. The magician is the molder of illusion. right? You're the magician. We're all magicians. We're all alchemists. So what picture, illusion, are you molding? It is up to you. Contemplation. Deep within the mirror, there is movement, a darting, a quickening of the light. Deep within the mind, there is movement. I just said that. Oh, it's just repeating itself. A darting, a quickening of the light. Look within. You are the mirror. Look within the mirror. Find the light. Divination, magic used, possible over-application of force for, in contrast, a petty end. Wow, this is like so relates to what we're going to talk about today. It's ridiculous. I mean, they always do, but it's just like, I don't know why I'm surprised, ever. I'm a conduit. I should know this by now. The whole reason I'm doing this is to be the conduit, so get it. Complex means used when more simple would suffice, right? Stop making things so complicated when they do not need to be. Unstable result. Effects gained through magic tends to lack temporal persistence. Yes and no. I would say, because it depends. I mean, even though you're a magician, right? Even though you're an alchemist, like we talk about, or I've talked about when we're setting our intentions for like the new moon, right? Small intentions happen faster. Medium, medium. Long, long. So if you want to set an intention for something small, you can expect it in 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, right? Medium, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Large, 2 months, 2 years, 2 decades, whatever. You know, I think it's about understanding that what you're really asking for, if you can understand what you're really asking for, and understand that time is not linear, and understand that you're going to have, if you're asking or if your intention is to manifest something large, there might be a lot of lessons to learn on the way, because you won't be able to manage it if you get it instantly, okay? Like, people always talk about those who win the lottery and like how so many lose it right away. And it's because they don't know how to manage it, right? So if you do things by understanding what it is you really want, so let's say if you want $2 million, if you understand what you want to do with the $2 million, you might start having manifestations coming all the time that are on the route or actually part of the $2 million, whatever. I'm getting all mixed up now. Understanding that the steps that are involved to get what you want are actually the lessons and opportunities at the same time, and enjoying the process, right? Because the universe doesn't want to give you what you want if you can't enjoy the process. If you're going to be complaining about more responsibility, but that's what it means to have what you want to manifest, then, well, you're going to have to deal with the lessons or never get it, one or the other. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't need anything. I'm just talking to you. So, Walk and Roll Away Wednesday. As you guys know, I went on vacation. and it was amazing. Oh yeah, I was gonna grab my planner so we can go over some of that after. So I went to the Cayman Islands with a group of people I didn't know very well, but I was invited. So of course I'm gonna go. And well, not knowing two women on the vacation when you have three and then you have a fourth, it can get a little complicated at times, but they were really amazing people, so it went pretty well. To the couple of last days. So when I was talking about just in that card, that illusion, right? And using your magic and all these things, it's like, I guess for me, it was about staying humble no matter what. Like, that's always my lesson. It should be all of ours. Grateful and humble. Grateful and humble. Grateful and humble. They go together. So one of the girls that I had a really good connection with had a bad morning, and I responded poorly. And it was really kind of dumb. I'll just explain. So right away, every time I go somewhere warm, I want guacamole. It's just like the only thing that I want to eat, basically. And I'm like, okay, well, we're in this beautiful home. I'll make everybody a guacamole. So they're going grocery shopping. So these are the things I need. And the first day we got bad avocados. So there had to be a second trip, and then they weren't ripe. So I had to wait again. And then finally I got to make it, whatever. So the two avocados, I know this is getting like annoying. So the two avocados that I used, because there was only two ready, there was like 12 more after that, or maybe 10 after that left. And I was excited to make some more guacamole because I had ate it all. And I wanted to make my special kind with pineapple in it. And I went to the kitchen because I was starving in the morning, and it was all gone. All the avocados were used, and she made her guacamole. And I was shocked because an adult wouldn't think about splitting it in half. Like, I don't want your guacamole. I want my guacamole. I like my guacamole. So I had to say something like, well, that wasn't too nice, you know? And so even though she had already made the guacamole, I took, some of hers and put it in a bowl and put some other magic stuff in it and was fine, but she wasn't. She was very pissed and kind of got out of sorts and got in my personal space, which I didn't like. Told her not to do it. So I used my voice. Everything's good. We can get beyond this. And it came up a couple other times throughout the day on her part, which is fine. Whatever. That's really not what I want to even be talking about, but I had to lay the scene of why I realized later and what my walk and roll away Wednesday is and why. Because I use examples, right, from how I can learn and better myself on here for all of you in order for you to understand that it's all about just growing and expanding and just being a better version of yourself than yesterday. Okay? It's not like about perfection. right? So it's about like walk and roll away Wednesday, walk and then roll for those who use mobility assistance. It's about when I'm using my examples, it's really about the next time a situation comes up and I want to react one way and I already walked and rolled away from that one way, I'll stop myself at least to think about other options. So as the day goes on or the night comes around, the girl gets really sick. No, I did not put a hex on her. I don't do that. I remove hexes. I don't place them. I'm a good witch. So I'm a good caregiver. I'm a good priestess, right? I love myself, therefore I love all others. I don't want to hurt anyone. And I don't like seeing other people hurt or in pain. And I was so mad at her all day. I was just so irritated, like, by what had happened. And the dumbest thing is, when we were out all day on the boat, the guacamole that I wanted to make so bad that I was so upset about, I never ate any of it. We went out to eat. So it was pointless. I mean, and everybody ate the sandwiches that she had worked so hard to make, that I didn't say anything about because I wasn't going to eat the sandwiches, like I'm gluten free. I can't eat the sandwiches. So I never stopped to once ask her, like, if everything was okay that morning. How she was feeling. And I had already known because she had talked about um, her having just one second. I have to grab my Kleenex. She has like celiac disease, right? And that night, well, the day before, a couple of days before, she had forgotten to take her medicine. So I kind of made it a thing to always make sure she took her medicine or ask her before we left. And that day later, actually on the boat, she got really sick. And then when we got back, we were sharing a room. So while I was getting ready, she was still sick. And I could tell she was in so much pain and there was nothing I could do. And I wanted to help her so bad. And I just realized, like, that morning, it really could have set the stage for all of this because I know when I get upset how sick I get. And I just really felt like, not that I was the cause of it, but I could have definitely helped her that morning. You know, like maybe she had already been sick that morning. And I just, for my walk and roll away Wednesday, I guess, it's really about walking and rolling away from, I know I said last week, it's not always about you, right? Um, so it kind of comes up like that, but walking and rolling away from like actually not standing in somebody else's shoes. You know, even if they're coming at you the wrong way or did something that didn't make sense or whatnot. Like when I first brought it up about like how fair it was, basically like how valid it is for me to be upset doesn't always make the difference of whether or not to push something, to have to make somebody understand, like a teacher would, that they have to think about other people. Whether it was me or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't give me a right just because of how somebody else is acting to instruct them how to behave. Trying to listen as to how to say it. I could have asked more questions instead of made statements. And I could have had gratitude for what she did for everyone before I even found out. Whether I was included in that, everyone with the sandwiches being made, I could have just like saw what she was doing for everyone. And when I did bring it up, you know, like, I can't eat anything like this. You know, there's nothing here I can eat the whole day. Like, she responded by saying she wasn't feeling well. And I didn't even hear it like that. Like, I didn't hear it. So, yeah. After this beautiful trip, this is what I come back thinking about. Yeah. I am super grateful. It was so amazing. And, you know, I hope her and I can continue a friendship, you know. But I can't always be worried about my level of trust with people. I have to be worried about theirs as much as mine, you know, like, is she going to trust me to be her friend? When I said, is there anything I can help you with? Can I get you something? Was it because I was the one who was offering it? Because I didn't care enough before to even see past the avocados. walking and rolling away from being blinded by my own wants, needs, and desires. Blinded. Yep, that's it. That's it. I think that's right. So, thank you. Thank you for your advice, wise ones. So, now we can talk again about some other stuff. After this, I'm working on the author's corner for The Snake That Never Sheds. And if you haven't bought the book, I will leave the new Amazon link in the description. Then I'm working on what? My new podcast outline. Yes. And researching my co-host and some of the producers. And I'm going to work on our product line. And then I'm going to do live Facebook. Yeah. Possibly. My mouth is still messed up. We'll see how it goes. So, I did want to talk quick about, though, some of the really cool messages that I got from the ocean, which she kept writing about. It was really funny. I'm like, I really should talk about this tomorrow since we have Transcendence Thursday. Yeah. Huh. I'll just leave it there. Yeah, because I want to talk about that stuff with you guys. Why isn't this going on? So, I guess that's it for today. I can't wait to hear all about your guys' walking and rolling away, what you're walking and rolling away from, or, like I said before, if you're using mine, I want to know about them. How's it going for you, right? In order to become master manifestors, we have to know what isn't serving us. People, places, environments, right? And our own self, our thoughts, our words, our actions. Don't stand in your own way. And only really you know what that is. I mean, maybe other people might a little bit, but they don't know the core of why, right? And you don't want somebody else telling you what to do. It's really something that you need to go within. And when you notice something bothering you or something that keeps coming up, and I realize I pay a lot more attention because I'm the goddess of radical self-love, so I know what feels good for me and what doesn't. And I knew that it didn't feel good to be with somebody who was in pain, that I had a weird negative energy with. It was my job to fix it, which meant fixing me, not her. Right? So, let's dance it out and change the energy. All right? All right? All right? All right. Is it? It's not the same. Yeah. Thank you all for being with me today on our Walk and Roll Away Wednesday. Thank you for your likes, comments, and shares and subscriptions. Thank you for buying my book, The Snake That Never Sheds. And thank you, everyone I met in the Cayman Islands. I love you all so much. Mwah.